Picture this. It's 2014. A young woman in a black turtleneck walks on stage at a tech conference. Her voice is low, deliberate. Her eyes are locked on the future. She tells the world her company will revolutionize blood testing. With just a drop of blood, she claims they can run hundreds of tests, faster, cheaper, and better. Investors swoon, politicians endorse. The media hails her as the next Steve Jobs. Her startup is valued at $9 billion. But there's a problem. The technology doesn't work. It never did, and yet she believed it, or said she did. Her name? Elizabeth Holmes. Welcome back to the Mammoth in the Room, where we explore leadership lessons that stand the test of time. I'm Nicholas Bocconi, and this is the final episode in our mini-series on overconfidence, leadership's double-edged sword. Over the last 4 episodes, we uncovered how confidence, once an evolutionary asset, can blind us to risk, how leaders fall into the illusion of control, how overplacement fuels corporate arrogance, and how charisma and boldness often masquerade as competence. Today we explore the final and perhaps darkest edge of this sword, when overconfidence isn't just a bias, it's performance. Sometimes it's strategic, sometimes it's manipulative. Welcome to the confidence game. And one quick reminder before we dive in. This fall, Mammoth Leadership Sciences is launching its Leadership Academy. And the first thing we'll do in this academy is launching a course designed to help leaders like you to decode the psychological and biological traps that hold organizations back. Stay tuned. All right, let's dive in. Overconfidence often begins as a belief, a miscalibration of one's own ability. But in some cases, it evolves into something else, into a deliberate strategy, a tool for persuasion. Elizabeth Holmes didn't just exude confidence, she weaponized it. Her attire, voice, and messaging were carefully curated to emulate Steve Jobs. Her delivery was unwavering, even when questioned. Behind the scenes, her company, Theranos, was in crisis, but publicly she remained a persona of total certainty. Was it deception or self-deception? That question still divides observers. Psychologist Robert Drivers has long argued that self-deception evolved as a tool for social advantage. If you believe your own inflated claims, you appear more convincing. You hide the tales of dishonesty. You radiate confidence because you don't feel like you're lying. In that way, Holmes' confidence wasn't an accident. It was a fuel that kept her empire aloft until the truth came crashing down. This phenomenon isn't limited to Silicon Valley. Research by Jane and Bird in 2011, and again we have the notes, the literature in the show notes, found a link between Machiavellianism, a personality trait associated with manipulation, and overconfidence in predictions. Individuals high in Machiavellianism not only believed they would outperform others, but consistently made bolder, more extreme forecasts, even when their actual performance was weak. Why? Because in competitive environments, confidence is a currency, and in leadership, it's often rewarded without scrutiny. In fact, studies show that people who display excessive confidence are more likely to be seen as leaders, even when the results don't back it up. Bellamy et al. 2020 showed that. It's the same effect we explored in episode 4. Confidence overrides evidence. And when someone strategically projects that confidence, they can rise quickly until reality intervenes. Adam Neumann at WeWork did this with messianic flair. His speeches weren't just about office space. They were about consciousness, global change, and purpose. Investors bought it. The public marveled. But beneath the glossy surface, the financials crumbled. We're not talking about vision here. We're talking about a system that rewards the performance of certainty more than the discipline of competence. And then, damage done. When leaders overpromise and underdeliver, the cost is enormous. At Theranos, patients received faulty blood tests. Some are life-altering. At WeWork, employees and investors lost billions. In both cases, charismatic overconfidence overrode healthy skepticism. And it's not just about failed startups, it's about cultures where honest doubt is suppressed, where risk is hidden beneath vision, where accountability dissolves in a shadow of charm. This is a danger of unchecked overconfidence. It becomes contagious. People stop asking hard questions. They follow the energy, not the evidence. And by the time the music stops, it's too late. So here is your challenge. Look around your team, your boardroom, or your own leadership style. Where might confidence be overpowering competence? Who's being rewarded for boldness instead of outcomes? And more personally, what's one thing you feel 100% certain about right now? Good. Now find someone you trust to challenge it. Invite friction, because confident leadership is only as strong as its willingness to be questioned. All right, as we close this series, let's tie all together with a simple, memorable framework how to beat overconfidence. Consider these 4 moves to beat overconfidence in your organization. 1. Pause before certainty. When you feel the urge to speak with total conviction, stop. Ask, what else could be true? Reflect, refrain. This reduces overprecision. 2. Audit your advantage. Don't assume you're better than the rest. Gather comparative data. Benchmark. This weakens overplacement. Stay humble inside. 3. Invite the challenger. Assign someone to play devil's advocate. Reward dissent. Healthy teams aren't echo chambers. This balances the illusion of control. And number 4, measure what matters. Instead of rewarding presentations and posture, build systems that reward competence, humility, and outcomes. Adjust how you hire, promote, and evaluate. These aren't just tips, they're countermeasures to an ancient instinct. Look, overconfidence helped our ancestors survive. It rallied tribes, launched campaigns, and inspired invention. But in modern organizations, unexamined confidence can lead to collapse. Confidence is not the enemy. Blind overconfidence is. We've seen it. Engineers who overrode warnings, like the Challenger disaster. Executives who dismissed disruption. Kodak. Founders who oversold futures. Theranos or WeWork. It's everywhere and it's invisible until it's too late. But now you've seen it and you have tools to challenge it. Leadership is not just about hitting targets. It's about understanding the driving forces behind every business decision. And that is human behavior. And recognizing the mammoth in the room. Naming it, understanding it, and choosing to lead anyway, with eyes wide open. All right, this was it for today. If you stayed with us through this series, thank you. Subscribe, rate, and share this series with other leaders. Start a conversation. Build a culture that values truth over theater. Want more? This fall, Mammoth Leadership Sciences launches its online leadership academy, within which we'll offer an immersive course grounded in evolutionary psychology, neuroscience, and behavioral economics. Join us. And of course, read The Mammoth in the Room. It's a practical roadmap how great leaders and their teams embrace evolutionary truths for outstanding business results. Until next time, lead wisely, think critically, and don't let ancient instincts hijack your modern leadership. I'm Nicholas Bocconi, and this is The Mammoth in the Room.